Hello everyone, Dr. Casen coming to you from the Drugless doctors here in Westlake. And I have a fabulous guest today, Ron. And Ron, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
And Ron initially came into our office because he saw a flyer, you must have gotten our invitation, to our neuropathy workshop. And we are so committed as chiropractors helping to serve our community, but especially really in the last 5 years of helping people reverse and improve function with neuropathy. So when you first came in to the office, we did a very extensive evaluation, asking you questions about what's been going on, what you've done up until now, what you've noticed, and what would you say some of your concerns were of things you were thinking about that were happening in your body up until you found us?
Well, I knew that something was off, and as I started experiencing numbness in my fingers and in my toes, I tried to do self-help treatment like many people do.
Can I ask you, when you say self-help treatment, what kinds of things did you try before you came in that maybe weren't working as you thought they would be?
Well, I went online,
Of course,
and searched for things that could help with neuropathy. Order products, use those products.
Yeah.
But those products did not seem to help me at all. And in fact, at least one of the medications and supplements I was taking, I felt like it was making things worse than before I ever started taking the supplements in the first place.
That's pretty scary, because if you're watching us online, however you found us, you may be taking things, but they're not right for your body, but also you don't know what's in them. And I know with some of the treatments and the things we've been doing, this is medical grade equipment and things that we're able to improve, and we see the research of how that's improving. Now, a couple of things Ron shared with me when you first came in was, it was difficult for you to balance. You were concerned about deterioration, you actually shared with me. So what kinds of things were you noticing that weren't the same in your body?
Well, I'm pretty active, particularly around the house, whether it's inside or outdoors in terms of lawn care. And I just felt that there was some instability in my mobility. And I became concerned that things were not functioning properly. So before things got so bad that perhaps things had gone too far, I wanted to try to alleviate and find a solution to improve my situation.
And some of the things that we talk about now, which we giggle about it now because you've had incredible improvement in the last 3 months, is Ron is so proactive. He went ahead and he hired lawn care thinking that these symptoms were going to get worse or had the possibility of getting worse. So you got your lawn care already set to go, and they've been working on your yard because you were concerned about your mobility.
Approximately the same time that I started the program with the Drugless doctors, there was a guy in the neighborhood who was getting more and more clients in the neighborhood. So one day I talked to him and asked him to price out the care of my lawn, and he gave me a very reasonable price. So I was like, at that price point, and given my situation and not knowing how I was going to feel throughout the course of the lawn care season, I contracted with him. And I probably could do it myself now, but I'm going to let him do it at least for the remainder of 2026.
So if they're watching us right now, it's amazing, because now you have someone doing your lawn, and you can walk, your mobility's better, your improvement. It's really incredible, because your left foot, we were just talking about this with your lovely wife, you were at like acute nerve damage in your left foot and the right foot. And that is improved within normal limits in 3 months. And normally that takes up to 9 months to improve and correct.
Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised at how fast the treatments started to help me. So when I came back for my 90-day follow-up, I knew things were going to be better. I just didn't know the extent of the improvement.
And I could tell by your smile that day, after we did your evaluation, you were knowing this is much better, much better. And then I knew you knew it was better. We just didn't know. So you improved from like 13% loss down to 3%. So an improvement of 10%. And then that right foot was 16% down to the 3%. That's huge. I would share with everyone watching, everyone's a little bit different on their improvements. Ron is dedicated. He does his treatments. We've been working outside the office also on some balance, some coordination, nutritional work. You know, one of the last things I wanted to share, and this might be for you, is you might not even be aware in your body what's going on, but your family members may notice things about your body. And Ron, for you, do you want to speak into that a little bit? You weren't aware, you knew something was going on in your body, but you didn't know your family knew something was going on in your body because they may have not shared with you.
Yeah, I'm not the type to talk about such things, and I've never really had any serious illnesses or anything of that nature. But in talking to my wife recently, she said that my son had noticed that I was having some mobility issues, and I did not know that.
Wow.
So
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's huge. So I know if you are watching us anywhere in the world, mobility, balance, you don't want to mow your lawn anymore, find us. You'll be glad you did. Bye.